We are 4 episodes into the 13th season of this hell show that we call Drag Race. There has been a singular elimination and only 2 competitive episodes, because we count the second and the third episode as one episode, and the first episode does not exist. What first episode? What are you talking about? And I have had people already asking me to start preparing for the favoritism of Symone video, and I have some thoughts on that. First of all, just as a blanket statement, it's too early in the season to say that anyone is getting special treatment overall, whether we're talking about Symone, Candy maybe, or any other queen. From what I've seen, some people are upset that Symone is now the first queen in Drag Race's history to have won the first 2 challenges, plus her episode 1 lip sync. But that episode does not exist, I told you that already. Now, I kind of get that. I don't agree with it, because I know that there will be these sorts of firsts happening on Drag Race going forward, as now there have been enough seasons for this kind of stuff to begin happening. But, and again, I get why some people might not agree with her wins, albeit I do find it interesting. I don't remember there being such uproar when Ben de la Creme on All Stars 3 was top 2 in the first 2. Oh, sorry, no. In the first 4 episodes, being given the win in half of those. I also don't remember anyone asking me last season when Sherry Pie was in the top 2 in her first competitive episode, and then and then won her second competitive episode to make a video on the favoritism of her. Even though in the first episode she got positive critiques on not having a shape, which is a big no-no on Drag Race. And then in the second episode, the rules, under quotation marks, were changed to grant her a win. Although it seems that starting with season 11 they're judging the first group challenge individually instead of in groups, but after season 14 we'll be able to tell with certainty if that's their new way of doing it, or if it's just another case of setting someone up to win. Now, am I pointing fingers at anyone and calling them racist for saying that one of these 3 was favored and the other 2 were not? No, I'm not doing that, but I am just pointing out how it may appear to some. In all honesty, I know that people are saying that Symone was favored solely because some other queen that they prefer over her did not end up winning. I need to read you a conversation I had with someone on Instagram over this. I posted on my story the current table of the track records of all of the queens, saying that in this house we believe in Symone's supremacy because look at her. And somebody responded to that saying, "Don't you mean Symone favoritism?" So I was like, no. They go on saying, okay, so she can lip sync Janet Jackson by walking to one side, clapping, making a funny face and walking back, and doing that for her Pleasure Principle lip sync and her Congratulations performance and still win. Elliott was definitely better than Symone week 2, and I kinda agree that she won this week. And I respond to that with, so you're saying that to you she did not do the best job. That does not equate to the show treated her ex-performance as good, while they treated the same performance of another queen as bad. Or as she was given the easiest task by the producers. The person responds with, I'm saying she didn't, and a lot of people already see the favoritism. I point out that, again, that's only to them, and then they try to be smart and say, again, to a lot of people, not only me. I go on by saying that still does not change the fact that the producers didn't push her to those 3 wins. I missed my words there, made a typo, ignore it. And the person responds with, oh, they did. Tamisha won that first lip sync, hands down. Elliott was definitely top 2 in Congratulations. Symone didn't perform at all, and Olivia definitely beat her in that lip sync. Tamisha also did the same, maybe a little better this week, for the acting. Tamisha's runway was kinda rickety-crickety though. I say that I'm just gonna mute the person because they're not getting the point of subjectivity and objectivity. They again try to be cute, Chanel Oberlin, like sassy gay person, would grow up, and they're like, okay, you can handle the facts. Those are opinions, those are not facts, and they say that, no, those in fact are facts. What? Please don't be like this person. What I'm going to do now is go over the 3 episodes that we have seen Symone in, and I'm going to give you reasons that pertain to Drag Race, so not to my own personal opinions, on why Symone deserved every single win that she got so far. Firstly, we have her lip sync against Tamisha Iman in episode 1. Now, why did Symone win this? So, Tamisha in this lip sync to a Janet Jackson song did a lot of Janet-esque moves, and you could see that she channeled Janet with her performance. Symone, on the other hand, presented herself in this lip sync, especially that kind of fun way in which she moves, and not only performed the song properly, but she also, and again, presented herself, and she made the judges laugh. Something similar happened on season 3 when Delta and Phoenix lip-synced to a Gaga song, and there, the producers used this confessional to explain Delta's win.
Phoenix, copying a few of Gaga's moves, and I think that's just for entertainment, honestly. Don't copy anyone else. And Delta was being herself and, not trying to be Lady Gaga.
It's clear as day why Symone won, and as I've already covered in the video you will find in the thingy up there or in the description below, this was one of the lip syncs that you couldn't really predict who the winner was going to be right off the bat. Counter-argument to this would be Aquaria's performance in the finale of season 10, when she also pulled out a couple of Janet's signature moves in her lip sync against Eureka. So why wasn't Aquaria eliminated then? To make a long story short, she was saved in that semi-final lip sync because the show knew Cameron or Eureka winning would have ended with the fans hating the season even more than they already did. Next, in episode 2, she won the top 2 lip sync against Olivia. Other than the person that I showed you before, I haven't yet seen anyone say that Symone should not have been part of that top 2, so I'll skip over that, because that's nonsense. But again, some people are questioning her win against Liv. Now, trust me, I love Liv, but you were blinded by her smile if you thought that she did better than Symone. Liv was at a disadvantage somewhat, being in a full-length gown, where Symone wore a look in which she could move freely, and what a look it was. It doesn't matter if you did or did not like the look or her performance, but more specifically her look, because this kind of look is not something that we have seen on Drag Race before. It's not a conventional response to the Runways team. And speaking of, in the 4th episode, Symone won the Maxi Challenge. I'll break this down in the easiest way possible. Based on her performance in the challenge, she was up there with Rosé and Candy. The runway decided it all. Rosé, as most people have noticed, just wore a suit and then attached yards of fabric to the back to have a train. Candy, well, And Symone yet again did something we haven't seen on a Drag Race runway before. I can't remember if anyone's ever worn a do-rag. I don't think so, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, she yet again responded to the runways team in an unconventional way that still gave a valid response to what was asked of her. I don't see how any of what I've said so far anyone can read as the favoritism of Symone. Now, have there been queens that, due to their race or ethnicity, were awarded a win despite not being the best competitor? Yes. No, this does not include Jada. I made this entire thing about it. Pause the video and read it if you want. Has Drag Race also favored white queens for no reason whatsoever other than the fact that they knew those queens were fan favorites? Yes. Now, is Symone getting special treatment? No, or at least not yet. We won't be able to say with 100% certainty until the season ends. And that's it. That's the video. On the 16th of January, I recorded a video in which I assumed how each queen on season 13 would have done after the first 3 episodes, and once I have the time to edit that, I will set it to premiere after the finale of the season airs, so that you know that I'm not pretending that I got something right or wrong. But in that assessment, I flat out said that Symone was winning this season, and mind you, this was after only seeing her in 2 episodes. My money's on Symone, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for watching.